so I'm editing at the moment and I just wanted to make the video like really clear. So I'd label this as a scam. A scam means like a dishonest scheme. I don't think that she's selling like many horses at a time. I think she was just selling the one horse, but I do believe that she was being dishonest about this horse and what she knew about it. And for example, it's like its health history and what she was like given a passport and that kind of stuff. Skip to this time if you want to see the reasons that I put up for why I do think it's a scam, and then carry on watching if you want to see the rest of the video as well. Be careful when buying horses, and I hope you enjoy the video. Hey guys! So I'm trying out this horse today called JoJo, and I saw her yesterday and I did really like her. I mean, riding I still need to get used to her because, I don't know, just to me it was a bit odd, but then that's because she's a horse and it's not like Monka. Monka's like tiny little fluff ball and JoJo's like bigger, more athletic horse. So I have got very sensitive eyes, so even now in the sun it's like I'm literally almost gonna cry. So I'm probably gonna have sunglasses on when I'm riding because it's a bit windy and it's really cold wind. So she is, just to know about her, she's 16 years old, Finnish warm blood, 163 centimeters, and she's apparently jumped 170 centimeters on free jumping, and then jumped like 110 1 meter 10 courses, and yeah, apparently everyone likes her, and she's really nice, so beautiful, like, oh my gosh, she's really pretty. She's been out of work for 2 months, so she's I don't know, she's just a bit hot-headed, but she's apparently like that usually, and she's ridden in a hackamore, which is lovely. Yeah, I just love her. Okay, yeah, see, I'll try and video as much as I can when I'm there, and I hope you guys like her too. Bye!
Mutta sit kun opit niin kun menee hakkamuodolla, niin se ei oo. Mut alussa se tuntuu siltä, että se on vaikeata kääntää, mut se ei oo vaikeata. Se vaan tuntuu siltä.
Joo.
Montako reikää sä laitat eilen?
Eikä ole, eilähän se meitä. Varmaan vähän semmoista pehmeämpää, että siitä se vähän.
Pelkkää, kun on ilman kenkkäitä viukasta.
Joo.
Joo.
No joo.
Ja maneesissa niin sä sanot sille. Tonne? Mitä se on noin?
Joo.
Se joko menee niin. Tai ei mene.
Joo. Se on.
Ja tässä
Mut sit yksi lauantai niin ei päällä.
Ihana kun se oikein odotti.
Sun tarvii vaan siirtää sisäjalka.
Joo.
Tai sanot sillä laukka. Tai galop mä nyt sanon totta
Niin,
kai.
joo.
Ja juoksutus on myös hauskaa, koska sä juoksutat sen ihan vaan.
JoJo on.
Mut se on semmonen niinku
suurempi
mäki tavallaan.
No, et tietysti kun yhteistä.
Ai mä oon ikinä käyttänyt niitä.
En nyt jos.
On niin kaunis.
Ai hei, sitä suojat.
Joo.
I wanted to ask if she was going to be okay with us trying barefoot, which I don't know why I asked that, because, you know, why am I asking this before we buy the horse? Like, you know? Anyway, stupid idea of mine, because I know it's like very controversial topics, and we wouldn't just like grab the shoes off the horse and not like have any rubber boots or any specialists like around us helping the situation and seeing if it's actually going to work or if it's not. So yeah, that was a stupid idea, but she said that she wouldn't sell it to us if we did try, and that was kind of like, wow, like, oh my gosh. Okay, and then like things calmed down and she was like, okay, we'll let you try for like a summer or something, or I don't know, so we could try. But her reaction, thinking about it now, was probably because the horse probably had some problems with its legs or hooves before, let's say, like, for example, laminitis. That could have been, if the horse had laminitis or had some kind of foot or hoof problem, could be why she was so against making a change like the shoes or like if any problems would come up, because she did say that then you're going to be complaining to me, the previous owner, that she didn't say that there was some the horse had some leg problems or something, and then she's limping and then blaming the previous owner. Yeah, so very fishy, but yeah, you can carry on watching the video. The JoJo thing did take a turn. It was very everything happened so fast. We didn't realise, but it actually happened in the space of a weekend. We were gonna bring the horse home, I think, the next week, Friday, because it was gonna be like a long weekend. But then the owner started saying all these things like, the horse wasn't in her name, and the horse is. So then she had to change the name on the passport. So then she was gonna get the passport to us late. So we were gonna bring the horse home, and then she was gonna bring the passport like the day after or the 2 days after, as like also an excuse to come see the horse and see how the horse is doing. But so that was weird. And then she was like, when we're doing the payment, we can't say because of tax reasons that we're buying a horse with the money. It has to be like, oh, thanks, JoJo. So things were getting really, really dodgy, really fishy, like, and then things weren't like adding up. But the major thing was, my mum and the owner were talking about a vet visit, but then the owner kind of put my mum off having a vet visit and was like, oh, you don't need it, don't worry, because if the horse is under 5,000 euros, then you don't need a vet visit for insurance reasons. So, you know, she thinking that insurance reasons is going to be the only reason that we wanted to have a vet check. But then when my mum told me, I was like, no, I do want a vet check. You know, like, I've always been taught you must have a vet check, which you should do. Like, honestly, you should never buy a horse without a vet check. I mean, there are people, like some of our friends, and Monka was bought without a vet check, and I'm like, you know, that's crazy. Like, no, you don't. I wouldn't recommend it. And then the owner starts putting us into a really uncomfortable situation, being like, oh, but then all of a sudden now she's got no time in the week, when before she had time that we could have come viewed the horse. She doesn't want the vet to come out without her there, and there's all these like requirements, and it must be the council vet, which is like the cheapest vet, and it's not even like specialised in horses, it's all animals. And you know, apparently you should get like, you know, like a horse vet to come out, and like one that's got a good reputation. You know, she was then saying that, oh, then she has to pay for next month's rent, which was why she was trying to sell the horse quickly, because apparently she didn't want to pay next month's rent, and if the horse is just going to be there for like 2 days, and then trying to put us into an uncomfortable situation, and saying that, you know, she's getting nervous about the whole thing now, and like, you know, she's questioning the whole thing. So she's really like trying to push us into a corner that we don't get this vet check, and we just pick up the horse and then, you know, just follow her requirements. And also she said that we can't buy the horse without buying the saddle as well, because we did mention that we wanted to have the horse barefoot, and then, you know, there was that thing. The saddle was then 500 euros more, and she's saying, you know, if you want to buy the horse, then you have to bring the saddle. And then saying that, you know, she doesn't want it back, obviously, but she says for the first few weeks you have to ride with the saddle. You know, you're not going to take the shoes off underneath the horse, and so the horse is legless, and then have like a completely different treeless saddle or whatever. Yeah, it was Monka's owner, because we brought her out for the second visit, said that the horse's hooves did actually look like she might have had I think it's laminitis, kaviokuumetta, previously, because you can see it in the horse's hooves. I think it's laminitis then. The owner obviously didn't say anything about that, and the owner was saying that you know, you saw the horse, you saw that the horse is in good health, and like it doesn't need a vet check. Like, please, no. Like, I'm no vet. I mean, we didn't check the horse's heart. On the first ride, a shoe did fall off, and she was going to get her reshod on the Monday, like in 2 days' time. So we called the whole thing off. We were like, no, this is getting too complicated. She's trying to push us into a too uncomfortable spot. We don't know about the horse now. Like, we don't know, like, what if that horse has had laminitis? What if the horse, I mean, who knows? The horse could have been drugged. The horse might not have been the show jumper that she said it was, because the conditions in Finland have been so bad at the moment that I can show you it. So we could just about ride and then canter. So, like, jumping was, like, completely off the question unless we trailered the horse to an indoor arena somewhere and then jumped. But I think, I do believe that the horse was a show jumper and did jump the heights that it did. But I think then the horse probably suffered from some kind of injury or had the laminitis or has, I don't know what it is in the back, like, I don't know, show jumpers get it in their back legs, but dodgy back legs or something, but you'd only be able to see that in x-ray images anyway, so yeah. Buying a horse is very stressful, we're realising that now. Yeah, so we called off the whole thing and she was like sending really long messages after of like, no, you guys were so made for each other, and she was saying this all the time, like, but like, honestly, I did think that me and the horse did click when I was riding. Like, the second time, it was like, it was amazing. You know, it's like, no, I can't be buying a horse that's got issues in its legs and God knows what. But so thank you so much for watching this video. Do, if you're buying horses or, you know, want to buy a horse in the future, get a vet check. And if the owners are being dodgy, like, just watch out for scammers, because, yeah, and dodgy people, dealers, that kind of stuff. Don't believe anything that the owners tell you unless they show you or show you videos of the horse doing it or something, you know. Just don't believe it unless they show you it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video, whenever that will be. Bye! I'd never want to sell a horse, I mean, unless I die or something. Something, it would have to be really drastic. Go bankrupt, you know, something.